Hi, this is Mitch again, and this time I've got a real hard one for you Christians. Check this out. Okay, here's the problem. Jesus is God, right? But here, he says he doesn't know something. But God is supposed to be omniscient, so that means Jesus can't be God. Ha 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 ha! Boy, you Christians are dumb.
Oh dear, at it again, I see.
Hey now, wait a minute. If you eat me again...
No thank you. You were rather dyspeptic.
I'm not sure whether to be delighted or insulted.
Oh, either way, old bean. What I've come for, actually, is to discuss this little, conundrum you've posed. You're missing something rather simple, you know.
Yeah, what?
Allow me. You, do know what this is, correct?
That looks like the Chalcedonian Creed. Funny, I thought I could only do Bible verses up there.
Oh, I've taken the liberty of making some modifications. In any event, you're correct in your identification. Now, your objection is that Jesus could not be truly God if he lacked omniscience, correct?
Well, duh, yeah.
Very well. Now, in the New Testament, what exactly is God?
What do you mean?
The word used. What word is translated God?
I think it's,
Oh, here.
Theos!
That's right. Now, what properties of that word indicate omniscience, please?
Well, are you kidding? It's translated God.
Well, so it is, but look here. Read that one for us, would you, old boy?
And when the people saw what Paul had done, they lifted up their voices, saying in the speech of Lycaonia, "For gods are come down to us in the likeness of men." Yeah, so?
Well, do you know what word is used there for gods?
Wait a minute. You're not telling me.
Oh, yes. The word theos isn't used exclusively of the God of the Bible, you know. It's also used of other deities, including those who are certainly not omniscient. So if I may ask you again, what properties of that word indicate omniscience, please?
None, I guess.
Oh, so then, for Jesus to be called Theos doesn't at all imply that he must be omniscient to deserve that designation, does it? That's where you go wrong. You assume that Jesus cannot be God because he does not display the attributes of God.
Now wait a minute. You guys say Jesus was the omniscient God of the Old Testament. You can't get around that.
That's a grade school version of the doctrine, old boy.
I don't get this. If all this is true, then what does it mean when the Chalcedonian Creed says Jesus was truly God and truly man?
Well, you see, old boy, the answer to that rests in how people in that society reckoned identity. In their world, a person's identity was determined by external factors, such as what village one came from, or what family. Being born human was enough for Jesus to be reckoned as man, and his origins as the eternal wisdom of Yahweh were sufficient for him to be designated Theos. So, based on ancient categories of identity, Jesus can be not omniscient and still deserve to be called God.
This is giving me a headache. But hey, why do you think Jesus didn't know the time of his return?
Oh, that could be either of a couple of things. Some might say that the human nature, the one incarnated, would have come into being with to some extent a blank slate, while at the same time the divine nature, which included access to the bank of information that constituted omniscience, was available to use, but voluntarily ignored by the human nature. As for me, I'd say the real breakpoint came at such time as the universe itself was created, and Jesus, as divine hypostatic wisdom, entered the temporal realm. Either way, the way I like to put it is that Jesus was holding his divine nature behind his back, simply not accessing it for particular questions, although he did so for some questions.
Man, this is way more complicated than I thought it was.
Quite so. Well, I'll be on my way now, but, one more thing.
Huh? What's that say? Beware of, Fleaser? What's that supposed to mean?
I wish you hadn't done that. That trope is so 2010.